epic encounter a few weeks ago in New Zealand in that double overtime thriller, which the New Zealand Breakers were able to come away with a win. And tonight, it's been some exceptional shooting. 64% from the field for the New Zealand Breakers and 57% for the Melbourne Tigers. And Cameron Tregat is in a zone that we rarely see in the game of basketball. He is a perfect 7 of 7, 14 points and 4 rebounds to boot. Anything that he throws at the ring is going in.
Now he is just hitting tough shots. For his perfect 7 for 7 from the field as BJ Anthony is fouled.
My goodness, Steve, that was an off-balance floater that was a right-handed chuck at the ring. That here we see the foul down low, and there it is on Lucas Walker coming over the top.
Bruton, who's been taking some tough shots for New Zealand, able to hit the last one. Corletto. We want to listen to the referees right now after last night when Paul Wolpert was kicked out of the game in Wollongong.
Yes.
Michael Aylen had some discussions before he was ejected. So.
And he's been charged, Steve, so he'll have to face the tribunal. And it can be very frustrating for coaches on the sidelines. And I don't know what Andre Lamanos was complaining about there. He got the call. Maybe the call came a little bit late.
Abercrombie 1 out of 2. Making it a 2-point game. New Zealand shooting 64% from the field and down. Benny Lewis for 3. And they watched him shoot about 200 of those before the game started.
And he does feel very confident from the perimeter. He's a great spot-up three-point shooter. And
there's the athleticism of Lucas Walker.
Benny Lewis is never going to die wondering either. He's got in the DNA, his dad was one of the all-time great scorers back in the 80s, playing with Coburg and the West Side Saints.
Walker has the ball knocked away by BJ Anthony.
23. What we got? Baseline? Baseline? Yep, sub.
Get another look at that as Lucas Walker turns down to 3. That was
that's all.
CJ Bruton had his hand in there.
It was close, but he's just giving it double. That's what he's done.
Trevor Gleeson thinking that there should be a 2-shot foul, thinking of the continuation, but they deemed that it wasn't. Oh, there's a travel. He got away with Ben Lewis. As I said, he's not going to die wondering. He knows he's only going to play limited minutes. He's that microwave off the bench, coming to knock down the 3 ball at any opportunity. He sees daylight. He's got the license, and he will let it fly.
New Zealand look a little confused on this possession.
Lucas Walker called foul on Vicona as he went to set the pick. Cedric Jackson coming back in for CJ Bruton. There you see the foul. Good minutes by CJ Bruton. He played in their loss last week, but had spent some time on the sidelines. Missed 4 games and really was struggling before that. In fact, Steve, 3 of the games, I think it was, prior to him taking a rest for that injury, he was scoreless in those games and only shooting at 28% from the field. So clearly injuries are a big concern for CJ Bruton.
Nothing more frustrating than playing with injuries and not being able to play anything close to your abilities. And CJ Bruton, one of the guys that will do that. It's part of the game, part of the professional game, playing with injuries. Cam Tregat finally misses a shot. Not that it was any easier than the ones that he's been making. Corletto, after Lewis slipped, was able to take it from the 3-point line and get in there for, well, it was a layup, but it was a kind of a floating layup.
A floating layup, but he had the assistance of the backboard. I like the defense last time by Alex Pledger. With his size going up against Cameron Tregat, forcing him into those tough shots. What he can't do is what he did earlier on, is just let Cameron Tregar turn and shoot. If he's going to get beat when he's guarding Cameron Tregar, he's got to get beat off the dribble. That's the lesser of two evils for Alex Pledger, because it is a handful. And right now, Cam Tregar is feeling it. He's feeling as though, in his own mind, he can take Alex Pledger any time he can get it. And that's a tough proposition for Alex Pledger, but the last two times he's done a good job.
And he got him to miss, which is something that he didn't do on his 7 previous shots. Corletto, another floater. That's a little long. Ron Dorsey gets it, keeps it alive, and then Lewis eventually grabs the rebound. Ubaka up top. Lewis with a good look outside the three-point line. Dorsey tries to tip it, but it goes to Abercrombie. Pledger down low against Tregar. Good spin. New Zealand want the contact in the three-point play, but Pledger doing his business down on the block makes it a one-point game.
6 points now for Alex Pledger, and he's 100% as also, Steve, 3 of 3 from the field. Yes, the right idea there by the Melbourne Tigers. Good execution, just the pass was a little low from Ron Dorsey, trying to find Cameron Tregar in the roll. One-point ball game, Steve. It's a lull in proceedings.
Extra pass goes to Corletto. He won't miss many of those, but he does that time. A little surprise. Wilkinson on the offensive glass.
Trevor Gleeson furious with the level of urgency last rebounding contest. Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness. I'd like to see that one.
I don't think you need to see it again. Here it is. And, well, in my book, that's a poor call. But I think you can understand why a mistake could be made from what we saw there. But unfortunately, that was a poor one for the for the New Zealand Breakers.
Rush to inbound for the Tigers as they try and expand on that one-point lead. Ubaka jockeying up at the top as he does. Lewis. Ubaka for his three. That's good.
Here's another one when you see there Cedric Jackson giving him a metre or so and really daring him to shoot. He's too good a shooter to give him that sort of time. Need to make him put the ball to the floor and try and score off the dribble, which he's very good at. But
Corletto with a terrible pass right at the feet of Dylan Boucher. Super finish by Ron Dorsey.
Wasn't it? Gets out of the break, and that'll do his confidence the world of good. As we mentioned, being a shooting slump the last 3 games, he's now 1 of 2. It always helps when your ball's not dropping to get some cheapies in a fast break situation, just to get your confidence going.
Tough pass to Mika Vukona. Someone's grabbing his shirt. It's on Ron Dorsey. That was a tough angle.
It was. There's another one we'd like. Have a look at Ron Dorsey running the floor. Picks it up. Goes length to one end to the floor to the other end for the easy 2.
Ron Dorsey showing his athleticism, and it's the Tigers up by 6, 37-31.
Brizzy, get busy with the chart-smashing Kid Cudi, D12, Tech 9, Opie Trice, Chameleonaire and Crazy Town. Live at the Heatwave Festival. Tuesday, January 17, all ages at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre.
Anaconda's massive store-wide clearance is on now. Save up to 70% off a huge range of adventure gear, like 25% off selected fridge freezers and 50% off commotion snorkel sets, while stocks last.
Anaconda!
And it seems that suddenly the ball's sticking here again in trans. Like, flow, get it on, like you can get a lead post, you can get it on, you can get some punch screens. on walk-up situations. Go ahead and stay in some on-ball situations. Go with some fours, go with some shakes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
You heard it there, and they want to get the ball out of Inde Ubaka's hands when he's just bringing the ball up the floor, and that's a good strategy. And the way they're going to do that is just run a kamikaze double at him in the backcourt and recover around that. Just a little bit of chatting going on with the officials as well. The New Zealand Breakers are 2 of 7 tonight from the three-point line, but they have been very, very poor the last 4 games. In fact, Steve, they're 20 of 82 from the three-point line in the last 4 games. So that's really been a significant factor in their inability to put some points on the board, and also why they've come up short in their last 2 outings.
Jackson fouled by Inde Ubaka, trying to keep him out of the paint. With his dribble penetration at the right time. It's always the good players who can sense when you're in the bonus.
Always the players that have a nose for scoring, Steve. You keep your eye on the team fouls of the opposition, and then when you get it and you see the defender just a little bit of out of position, just drive at him and hope the refs will find a way to call a foul.
Well, Jackson completes the second one.
There you see the double team.
5-point game. Get it out of Ubaka's hands.
When they do that, it's kind of redundant if you don't deny him the ball back once he gets into the half court.
Ubaka for another 3. Boy, he is streaky, isn't he?
And that's why they want the ball out of his hands. Back-to-back threes for Inde Ubaka. He's getting a little groove going on.
Ubaka, he's got 9 points as he explodes here in the second. C.J. Bruton's little runner off the backboard comes up short. Ubaka to rush. Into Cam Tragar. Ubaka again, another long 3. This time it's an air ball.
Just a half a metre outside of his range. He wipes his hands as if there was a bit of spit on him, and it was a slip, which probably was, because when you're 3 or 4, I doubt very much you miss it by that far.
You sure don't. He missed that one by a mile. Tigers up 8.
They are up 8. And this game critical for both these teams. I think we both understand they're going to figure in the playoffs, but really at home court advantage is what these 2 teams will be thinking about
right now,
in the playoffs.
Got that 22-20. Just match up whoever. You still pick up Jackson. No fouls. You know, Rao's calling it real tight out there, so to show your hands. No hands on. Hey, run a... Also a few groups in the audience. Come off a Chewy. 51 and 51's cool. Okay, 51's Hey, really good job now. We got to lock down last 4 minutes. Okay? Last 4 minutes. Hit the boards hard. Quick outlets. Hey, if you're open in transition, shoot the goddamn ball. Finish off. 2, 3, let's go.
Both teams still shooting it pretty good. I mean, early in the game it was 70% and 69% respectively, but it's still close. The Melbourne Tigers shooting it at 55%. New Zealand shooting it at 56%.
The Melbourne Tigers just a little bit more looking to shoot the 3 balls. Well, they're 4 of 12 from the 3-point line. The New Zealand Breakers with their 3-point shooting struggles over the last few weeks. They've minimised themselves to only 7 attempts, 2 of 7. Then rush coming from behind on Gary Wilson. That's good help. Coming down.
Well, he made a good play because he was clearly beat. Came late. Look at this. He's wide open for a layup. Good recovery.
Melbourne Tigers with this lineup really going without no 5-man. Cam Tragar will play the 5 spot, but he's a 4-man really as Dylan Boucher. Another good pick and roll. Well-executed play by the New Zealand Breakers, finding the cutter down low for the easier scoring opportunity. And Dylan Boucher not one of the more prolific scorers throughout his career in the NBL, but very reliable around the basket.
And just when you leave him, he makes a good cut and scores at a crucial situation.
Not particularly comfortable at the free throw line, only 56% so far this season. And on his career, he's 65%. So he's got a little bit longer in the tooth. The free throw percentage is just starting to come off a little bit.
A couple of missed opportunities by New Zealand on a couple of nice passes from Cedric Jackson. He's got 4 assists already. He leads the league at 5.6. So he's been active tonight.
Good drive by Liam Rush and tried to spin it in rather than just plopping it in the rim. And there's Cedric Jackson, explosive to the rim.
Now, you're way too close. You're getting 3 feet after the basket, so you're going to move back. You can't be on the line. No, you can't be on the line. So tell your guys it's a red warning. No, I'm not going to give it to you.
Trevor Gleeson complaining because he's already had a warning. Got to give him that space. And they're inbounding. Highly technical on that.
That's official warning.
I think it's because he's just going over a little bit too much. Give him a warning. A courageous ref to call a tech on that.
Yeah, he would be. Rush came real short. Probably had a little more space than he anticipated.
Just with the left, came up a little bit short. CJ from way out. Again, coming off. I don't care what sort of form CJ Bruton is in. When he's open from the three-point line, very, very good chance that ball's going in.
That's just poor defense. CJ Bruton, you cannot go under the screen.
No help coming from the screener.
Be aware of jamming now. Like, you got to give yourself that extra step.
They said off the line. You've got to be 3 feet off the line.
3 feet off the line. All right, so jam from here. All right, just carry your hands so they have to lob over you. Okay. This one here, go with green 32. All right, go with green 32 here. So we're up in our green. Once it gets over, we know what we're doing from there. Make sure the hustle ball's nice and loud. All right, nice and loud. Just keep hustling on ball. Can't let people step in front of you like that. Nothing from the top. All right. Hey, again, the offense, keep going. Like, Trans is good on the fly, great screen on that. Make sure you keep going offensive boards, all right? I can't have you standing outside when we shoot it, all right? And when we ran 4, you were standing outside, so good. Otherwise, we got some 2s. Keep being aggressive at the rim. 1, 2, 3.
Top scorers in the game so far, of course, we're covering the Melbourne Tigers, so Cam Tregow will be on top of that. Came out scorching, picking up 14 in a hurry. He's kind of cooled off a little bit, the great Lindsey Gaze. Mom and Dad, Andrew, here at the Tigers game.
At every game, they come along and give the Melbourne Tigers a bit of support. So, and also early on this season, Trevor Gleeson was just picking the great man's mind about some of the finer points of the shuffle offense that the Melbourne Tigers still use a little bit of.
Brian Gorgon used to do that.
Brian Gorgon went the full hog, though. He, in the last season when he won the title with the Dragons, was full-on first and thirds and probably ran it better than whatever we ever did.
Well, some good hustle by the Melbourne Tigers results in another Cam Tregow basket. He's got 16, 10 of those in the paint. Also 6 rebounds. He's been very active on the offensive glass. Jackson. Really clever getting to the rim, but all the help defense of the Tigers don't allow him to finish. Jackson thought he was fouled.
He ran into a wall underneath the basket. There you see the weak side help coming. Dorsey was there a little late and lucky to get away with that. Melbourne Tigers, tough coverage trying to get Cedric Jackson, contain him from getting into the paint.
Well, he's doing that all without the fear of a perimeter shot, too. So he's getting a running start as Pledger. Abercrombie upstairs. Can't reel it in, but it squeaks out to Jackson. Jackson on a bad pass, well read by Daniel Dillon. Rush, a confident 3 in transition, gets the result that he wanted.
He was we saw in that last time out, Trevor Gleeson, I think, slapped Liam Rush on the knee and say, hey, if you're open in that transition, let it fly. And that would give him a lot of confidence. Oh, there's been a call. Dylan Boucher called for a blocking foul on that low pick.
Just moving on that screen. And at some point, you got to make an adjustment to it. We've seen a couple of them that have been called early. Untimely one for New Zealand.
That time, Dylan Boucher looked like he had his back to the defense. So another close call going the way of the Melbourne Tigers. Tell you what the New Zealand Breakers haven't done is get Thomas Abercrombie involved in the contest. He had 33 points the last time these two teams met. He's only had one field goal attempt tonight.
Becca using that off arm with a hook.
Crafty defense. See it, clear cut, excellent call. Hooking with the left wing, left arm. And the game's hard enough and already so heavily weighted in favour of the offense. You need to call those.
Pledger goes up, contested, and he's just too big as he rebounds his own shot. Another nice dish from Cedric Jackson. He won't get the assist.
Melbourne Tigers need to reassess how they're going to handle the on-ball pick and rolls. They're getting beaten both ways by the guy coming off of the shooting it and also on the roll-off passes. Doing a pretty poor job. Don't really look like they're too set in the formula and how they're going to stop those on-ball screen and rolls.
Coming to the end of the first half as Jackson slows it down to the pace the New Zealand one. Spinning. Rush with some good defense up in the air and wasn't able to contain him. But still trailed from behind and made the play defensively.
Boucher's coming in.
There you hear the referee telling Liam Rush, because when you take the ball out of bounds after a score, you can run along, but because this is just a change of possession, you're locked into that one spot, and there's the foul. Foul call.
I thought he traveled.
Foul first, number 4. Then he travelled.
Oh, there you go. Ron Mayberry with the excellent explanation of that one, because he did travel, but he was pushed before he walked.
Cedric Jackson picks up a foul. Timeout.
Very important possession with a timeout with 6.5 seconds to go until halftime.
Is that the right time?
As New Zealand try and come up with a stop. Melbourne Tigers have had all the answers here. New Zealand, of course, not far off the pace. Both teams shooting at a good clip. It just seems as if one team starts to drop in their shooting percentage, the other one follows. They're both at 51% now.
They are, and statistically there's a lot of similarities about the way they're going about it. 13 rebounds to the Melbourne Tigers, 14 for the New Zealand Breakers. But the big area is the turnovers. 9 turnovers New Zealand Breakers have had.
Big shots, okay? You go ahead, you got Trigger, all right? You got Ubaka, you got Dorsey. Yeah. You guys figure out the other. You're probably going to have a 4-man. You're probably going to have, okay?
Hey, we got their version of Butter as well. Just be ready for that guy slip into the corner.
Fighting through the initial screens. Yeah. So be aware of that sort of action where it's screen, and then he comes off the screener action to that. You got to chase the outside, get good ball pressure on this. Who's ever got the ball, have great, no, he's got Ubaka, you got Dorsey. Great ball pressure. Then switch any on-ball screens, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, not only have New Zealand coughed the ball up with 9 turnovers, Melbourne Tigers
only have the 5. Yeah, they only have the 5. So that's really the difference between these two teams with only the 5-point margin. They put Thomas Abercrombie on a Ubaka just for that size.
Ubaka with a crafty move to the baseline, can't get the finish. Mika Vakona hits the floor hard. Hopefully he's all right. He is on the ground grimacing, and that is a very tough man. It doesn't happen very often. We'll check with him a little bit later.
45,
look at this, Steve.
Look, watch how he hits the floor. He's off balance. It's not, he just lands flat on his back.
You know, that hurts, but to me, maybe I'm just trying to be overly optimistic here. I think he just got winded too. Knocked the wind out of in those circumstances. He's walking off now, so hopefully he'll be okay.
Well, he's walking, and